Roxamore Sports Network starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you feel that? Tell me, can you feel that? You see it coming? Yeah, let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere you know, I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing till I love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, yeah, we screamin' lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow.
Welcome back live here on Roxamore Sports Network to the game number 4 here of the day. We are looking at West Allegheny Indians versus the. So first of all, West Allegheny we have for their lineup. We'll go through their lineups to start out with. So for West Allegheny we have starting at guard will be Jason Falk, number 20. Starting at forward will be Cam Cruzel, a 6'3" senior. Liam Rauch, a guard, 6' junior. And we have Joe Pustover playing guard, a 6'2" sophomore. Scott Bolivius, number 34, rounding out the starting lineup for the West Allegheny Indians. So far, we've seen some great matchups today, and we expect to continue to see great matchups here. So for the McDowell Trojans, we have Mason Beck starting, number 0. Jaden Jerson, 6'6" senior, starting, a guard forward. Jonah Brock starting, 6'2" junior, a guard. Maximilian Paris, a 6'2" junior guard. And rounding out there will be William Jerice, 6'7" junior. So starting out the play here, look like the McDowell Trojans have the ball. And we get a quick foul here. Number 23, William Jerice is going to the line, a 6'7" junior. So he's going for 2 shots here. So my name is Craig Thomas, and we are live here on Roxamore Sports. Along with my co-host who's checking in here, Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers. We are at the 2020 MLK Weekend Stand Against Violence Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament, Woodland Hills High School. So going forward, McDowell with the ball. Up and in. Foul. Look, could have been a foul on the play. Number 1 goes up for McDowell. Jared Jaden in the midst of the point-blank layup. So we have a close match here so far. 3-2 early here. In period number 1, 7 minutes and 5 seconds left here. Yeah, so welcome for my co-host, Dr. Karen. Thank you for joining us here, joining me here in this next game.
Yeah, this is an exciting tournament, and I'm glad to be able to sub in thus far. Yeah, I don't have my tennis shoes on, but I made it.
So far, McDowell's been getting inside there. Great run by Willem Dries there, getting inside a 6'7" junior.
Yeah, I'm loving this full court press and how they're rotating. And even though they got off a great shot, that was great defensive pressure.
So it looks like we have a foul on the play for number 34. Scant Billis is on the shooting for West Allegheny.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So it looks like he split the pair there. Going the other way, West Allegheny. Rotates, the outside shot is up.
That was a pure shot. That was great form. No hesitation.
Well, it looks like. All right. So it looks like West Allegheny McDowell is content with working the ball on the inside, trying to establish their low presence, their presence down in the low post there. Most of their shots so far have been down low. So one of the things that we like to see here going forward out of McDowell is they're going to have to defend the shooters, have patience in their half-court sets, and share the basketball, if they're going to be successful here in this game.
Right, well, right now, the pace seems pretty steady on both sides. A full-court press always slows down the ball.
All right, so McDowell is in here, and they're playing great defense. Gets off an errant shot going the other way. Up and in for the layup.
Seemingly, both teams are getting good shots right now. They haven't finished.
Looks like great defense. Try to anticipate the pass.
Yeah, I spoke too soon on the no finish, right?
Yeah, so he gets in for the easy bucket. Cuts this to a 1-point ball game here early in the first quarter.
I know the difference right now that I see, that there's a lot of motion on both sides, on both ends of the floor, not just in the open court. Both half-court offenses have motion.
So Coach Kevin O'Connor comes in, McDowell with an 11-2 record, with a great record. He has a great team, so he's looking for his players to do well today.
Well, seasoned coaches, they know what to do with talent from year to year. And when you have returning players, that's that leadership that those seasoned coaches look for.
We have a deep three that's off the mark there by West Allegheny. Another three-point off the mark. Ball's going the other way for McDowell.
Okay. Jeffers seemingly has a green light. I've seen him get the ball off the glass and go coast to coast.
Oh, great shot there by number 33, Joe Preston. Great shot there by West Allegheny. Number 20 drives in for West Allegheny, gets the and one.
Yeah, the and one. He didn't have numbers, but although it is Sunday, the bank was open a little bit. He stopped and popped, and he kissed it off the glass. Great recognition. He didn't try to force it. It's very much under control.
Right. So it looks like for the people that are here from Western Pennsylvania, the bank is open. But for the out-of-towners, I haven't seen it open for them yet.
No, you had to have special privileges on Sunday for that.
So it looks like the free throw is off the mark there. Couldn't complete the conventional three-pointer. Drive to the hoop for West Allegheny, number 1.
That's creating your own shot off the dribble.
That's Jaden Jerson there, driving to the hoop. So it looks like for McDowell, they have 2 players that pretty much have the green light. And so we have to look at those 2 players. Number 1, Jaden Jerson, and also number 23, William Jerice. Both of these guys have the green light. And I guess that was what their coach talked about when he talked about sharing the basketball.
Yeah, usually he talks about all 5, but when you have players of great caliber and talent that have proven that they can get things done, the light goes from yellow to green.
So this McDowell Trojans team is in a zone, and West Allegheny is not being hesitant to force up these threes, jacking them up at a frantic rate there.
Which means they all probably have the green light, whether they're making them or missing them. But the style of play is evident. You have McDowell who wants to shoot, who wants to penetrate and go hard to the basket. And whereas West Allegheny want to stand outside the 3 and jack it up. So the styles are very different, very different in playing style.
So it looks like for West Allegheny, just checked in, number 21, Justin Sheets, 6'7" junior. So he looked like he may be a presence in the middle for those guys.
Oh, great recognition on the closeout. That was great defense.
Yeah. Drive to the hoop and plenty of traffic.
Did you see how he tucked the ball? I thought I was watching that NFC Championship. He tucked the ball, went straight to the basket. A nice clean finish.
Great shot by McDowell.
Execution is noticeable. It's not so much up and down, but the execution is clear on both sides.
All right, that was a great shot by Jonah Brock for the McDowell Trojans. Once again, West Allegheny's jacking them up.
Yeah, over half court and let it go.
Drive to the hoop, finally for West Allegheny, and it's off the mark, and we get going the other way here.
Oh, nice baseline.
Yeah, great dish. Great dish down low for the young man. Jaden Jerson, great dish.
Nice outlet. Let's see what happens off the dribble.
Just short, ball goes the other way. West Allegheny has numbers. So the coach, Coach O'Connor calling for a timeout. I guess he didn't get it. But his team comes out of the scrum with the basketball.
Yeah, no team had possession of the ball.
So we are under 1 minute left to go here in the first quarter with McDowell leading West Allegheny.
Strong move by Jerison.
Looks like an air ball by number 34, West Allegheny.
That's a deep 3 from the corner that went to the other side of the pocket.
Scott Bolivius jacked it up. He was almost oblivious.
Yes.
Bolivius was oblivious to the shot.
Say that 3 times real fast.
Yeah, great drive to the hoop. So here at the end of the first quarter here, we have Erie McDowell Trojans winning 25-16, and we'll be right back here on Roxamore Sports. Welcome back here live on Roxamore Sports Network at the 2020 MLK weekend Stand Against Violence at Woodland Hills High School, Churchill, PA. Well, right now we have Erie McDowell in a tough matchup early against the West Allegheny Indians. My name is Craig Thomas. I'm here with our brand new co-host here, Dr.
Karen Hall.
Karen Hall. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us, bringing your expertise to us, helping us to all.
You can call me Coach. You can call me Dr. K. Just don't say hey.
Doc, got you. Thanks for being here with me.
Excited to be here. You're a legend in your own right. Michigan State phenom on the gridiron. My pleasure.
Yeah, good to have you here. So you were a standout player at UNLV, huh?
Yeah, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, when both teams were running. We all were the running rebels. We're not quite running these days, but we're still the rebels.
All right. Who was the coach back in those days? Jerry Tarkanian?
Jerry Tarkanian was there,
right,
chewing that town. And actually a Pittsburgh native, Jim Bola, on the women's basketball side. And you just had Roach from
West Allegheny.
Yeah. Just nailed that.
They finally nailed a three-pointer. They've been jacking them up the entire time, but it looks like they finally nailed one.
Well, that shows me that that's what happens in practice. We usually see what happens in practice, right? The sport doesn't change. What you practice, you go out and execute in a game, and that's what we're seeing.
So, looks like a foul and out of bounds, inbound to Erie McDowell here. Drive to the hoop. Protecting the rim was number 21.
Yeah, that was a nice block by Justin Sheets.
Turnover by West Allegheny.
But that was a nice pass for number 10.
Yeah, I spoke to their coach before the game, Andrew Tagaris. Yes, I spoke to them before the game, and he wanted to make sure that they protected the ball and took care of the ball. And so far, I'm not sure the jury's still out on them right now.
Yeah, well, they definitely had a defensive breakdown right there, because McDowell just had an easy, uncontested layup. You know, I'm all for the three-point shot, but you got to pass the ball. That's poor execution. So, you know, I sit here and I'm excited to call the game, but you're going to hear a lot of coach coming out in me. You know, it's a team sport. When you dribble much, people stand and watch. You got to get everybody involved.
Right. As we've seen so far with this West Allegheny team, they're content with jacking up shots from the outside.
And they say you live by the tray, you die by zero, because that's what's going to happen.
So far, they are trailing by 10 points here early in the second quarter. 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go here. Game number 4. My name is Craig Thomas, alongside of my co-host, Dr. K from UNLV.
That sounds so exciting. And here at Woodland Hills with the gridiron master, Mr. Craig Thomas.
Yeah, so one of the things we want to do here is make sure that we continue to put in the forefront the reason for this tournament, as we'll see a lot of things going forward, but the biggest thing is to stand against violence. As I've seen, it's been over 70 people since I was in high school that in the community here, surrounding community, have been affected by gun violence and lost their lives due to gun violence. So we want to really do everything we can to bring attention to that, and also come with solutions to eradicate this needless and useless gun violence.
Yeah, sure. You know, our world has changed, and a lot of things have been taken away for our youth. such as places where to go after school and on the weekends and job opportunities. So, we really need to think about what do we need to bring back.
Yeah, growing up for me, we had the Salvation Army in Braddock. We spend a lot of time there playing basketball, doing recreational activities, Boy Scouts, and just bowling, just keeping us busy, keeping us off the street, and giving us things to do. Nowadays, young people spend most of their time playing video games or online, Facebook, and all those other social media things, as opposed to getting out doing activities and really interacting amongst each other.
And that's why this tournament is excellent. You have 42 teams from different cities. You know what that's called? Exposure. And when you have exposure, it expands the mind. And that's what's happening to these young men and women this weekend here in Pittsburgh.
Well, you being a doctor, that is a great prescription by Dr. K, Expose the Mind for the young people.
Yes.
So that's what we want to do here in Pittsburgh and across the country. It's important that we, as we go through our trying times with differences in parties, the left side, the right side.
It's not the black race, the white race. It's called the human race. And as one of our presidents said, can't we just all get along?
Yeah. One of the things I always tell people, there are more similarities. There are more things that we have in common than we have that separate us.
And this weekend, that bouncing ball is what we all have in common, the love of sport. And we know these gentlemen are out here, they're competing, they don't have on the same jerseys. But you know what? It's in the spirit of competition that they're physical, that they're aggressive, that they're looking to win games. It's in the spirit.
Right, so getting back to the live action here, Erie McDowell is leading West Allegheny 33-21, but on cue, your West Allegheny pulls a three.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice shot. That was a dribble, three-point shot off the dribble with a hand in the face. That's a scorer, not just a shooter.
Yeah, that was a rainbow shot. He had plenty of arc on that shot and found the bottom.
Yeah, I love the movement by West Allegheny defensively. They're collapsing, they're recovering, and they're moving. That's great defense. See what this results into.
Erie McDowell with the fake up and under shot.
Well, they finished the basket, but they earned that.
Yeah, Jaden Jerson. So they don't have an inside presence right now with their big fella set to check in there. William Jerice is getting ready to check himself back in. He's at the scorer's table right now.
Yeah, there's no shot clock, so West Allegheny Well, before I finished it, they were setting the offense back up, but once again, Falk finished it for another two.
Yeah, that was a great teardrop shot. He got in the lane, off balance, but still made the shot. So, Dr. K, you having played in high school and college, what do you think about there not being a shot clock here in Western Pennsylvania and Pennsylvania for the high school people?
Yeah, I think because so many of our young student athletes are having opportunities to go to the next level, whether that's NCAA, NAIA, or even junior college, they're maybe a little behind in learning how to play with a shot clock. I will say it doesn't seem like they have much problem in shooting within 30 seconds to begin with, but formally to have a shot clock going is formal training, in-game experience.
Yeah, one of the things I've seen in this tournament so far is that you hate to see a team going to a stall tactic.
Yeah.
I mean, you just hold the ball for 3 minutes. That's not basketball.
No, and it really takes away from your team because you practice, you got them prepared, and really everybody's energy, including your team, their energy falls down. So keep the game going, stay at a steady pace. You can stall the game with still looking to score.
So that was a little teardrop in the lane by number 11 of the McDowell Tigers, Jonah Bach. That was a great drive for that young man and a teardrop shot. So we still have a 9-point lead here for McDowell here late in the second quarter.
Now, I'm not going to label West Allegheny anything like the Houston Rockets where they shoot 100 and some threes a game, but that's definitely their playing style is to shoot the three. That's the tray is West Allegheny's first option.
So they've brought the lead down to 7 here. Just over 2 minutes left to go here in the second quarter is a traveling turnover for the Trojans.
Well, the turnovers will help West Allegheny, shorten this lead. They're not really highly consistent on the three-point shot right now, but if they can get some stops, that'll help them more scoring opportunities.
I'm not sure about the West Allegheny. Maybe they should try to get the ball inside a little bit. The Indians content with just firing them up from the outside. I'd like to see them at least try to establish a low post game.
Yeah, I'm listening to the coaches, and I'm not hearing anything about get the ball inside. So, to your point, we'll have to wait and see if that happens. I mean, they're literally jacking threes up past the 21.9 mark of the NCAA, to my point.
You see the shot. He was almost at just about at midcourt when he pulled that one.
And I know when you have the green light, you can take it anywhere, but take a good shot, right? There's a better shot that could be found. West Allegheny, they got their hands up there, and they're getting their hands on many balls.
Yeah, that was a good defensive set by West Allegheny there. Good dish down low.
Good. You know what? That was a great pass from Falk into Oblivious.
Yeah, as we talked about, get some easy baskets in transition, get the ball down low, make a couple layups, and then everything else, the floor will open up for you.
Yeah, you can see some fundamentals being shown by both teams. That wasn't really a good fundamental defensive series for West Allegheny, who allowed Jeffers to go baseline.
Jaden Jerson on the drive to the hoop. And the two up and under. We are under 1 minute here in the second quarter game. The McDowell Trojans versus the West Allegheny Indians. And we have a 7-point ball game so far. So here we go with what we talked about, no shot clock, where you pretty much hold the ball for the last minute or so until you get ready to take a shot.
Well, for the defense, you don't want to get lulled into that slow passing game because it's under 30 seconds. You want to stay aggressive. Yeah, good hands.
Yeah. And we are at the end of the first half here with the McDowell Trojans leading 41 over the West Allegheny Indians 32. My name is Craig Thomas. We are live here at the Martin Luther King Stands Against Violence basketball tournament, along with my co-host, Dr. K, UNLV Running Rebels, and we'll be right back.
Pardon me, ma'am. My Sound Wireless Delivery, the line edition?
Welcome back here live at Woodland Hills High School here at the 2020 MLK Stand Against Violence Weekend Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament. My name is Craig Thomas, joined by my co-host Dr. K from Running Rebels UNLV. So far, we've had a spirited first half. As we've seen, the West Allegheny Indians fall behind to the McDowell Trojans. Dr. K, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, thus far I've seen a West Allegheny team who lives by the three-point range. I mean, obviously they practice that on a daily basis because that's what we're seeing. Perhaps they need to go inside a bit more, and they'll maybe be able to kick the ball back out for some more open threes. But right now they're shooting threes and not making many.
And also on the other side, the McDowell Trojans, they've been pretty much a two-person wrecking crew.
Yes, they have. You know, you have Falk and Oblivious for your Indians, and you have Jarice and Jerison for McDowell. And I really like Jarice because he's got the ball off the board, and he's either passing it up or he's taking it up off the dribble. That's what has moved. A lot of players have been able to become more athletic by not having to pass to the smaller guard.
So one of the things I talked to about McDowell Trojans, I talked to their coach, Kevin O'Connor, before the game, and his three keys were defend the shooter, be patient on their half-court set, and share the basketball. We haven't seen a lot of those two guys sharing the basketball, have we?
No, not at all. And that's good on one side because they are offensively minded, but on the negative side, you have your other teammates standing and watching. You want to get everybody involved in the offense.
You heard it first here from the doctor, Dr. K. Some people have Dr. J, but we have Dr. K here live on Roxamore Sports Network. So right now, we like to take a moment here to thank some of our sponsors. The first one would be get your custom logos and artworks done for your home or business with Cager's Custom Artwork. You can find them on Facebook at Cliff Cager or give them a call at 412-915-6873. Next we have is the Wilbanks Consulting Group. Is your athlete struggling to see a career path after graduation? If your child lacks direction, career exploration coaching can help. Career experts at Wilbanks Consulting Group will help your athlete identify their strengths beyond sports for a lifetime of success and career satisfaction. Please call 1-833-924-9675 today for your free consultation.
And if you need a night out, come on out to Wilson's Night Out. Not just for a night out, but for an experience of Caribbean cuisine. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. with specialty drinks. You're looking for that certain room to host parties? Call Wilson's Night Out. Meetings, social events, receptions, or repasts, or more. And then lastly, if you need to know the games or the rules, check out SOAR. They know the rules of the game, but they know the rules of life. SOAR Youth Empowerment teaches your teen athletes the rules of life. That's what these student athletes are going through right now. For more information, you can visit www.soarcoachingacademy.com or get your pen out, and then you can call them at 609-837-7237.
So here live on the Roxamore Sports Network, Craig Thomas along with Dr. K, Dr. Karen Hall, and we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
Welcome back live to the 2020 MLK Weekend Stand Against Violence Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament here at Woodland Hills High School. My name is Craig Thomas, alongside of my co-host, Dr. K, Dr. Karen Hall. Some people have Dr. J, but we have Dr. K here at Woodland Hills.
Happy to be here at the MLK. 42 teams, Craig. 42 teams. That's a wonderful showing.
One thing about it is, with 42 teams, and we definitely know they need a doctor.
I like
Dr.
it.
Dr. K.
Like it.
Back to the action here with the Trojans having the ball in the second half with a 9-point lead. And one of their players jacks up a shot, tie up, and the ball goes over.
Yeah, I like that. You know, West Allegheny came out in a matchup 2-3. McDowell missed a shot, and again, West Allegheny's been moving, and they were able to tie up the ball.
So it looked like the Trojans come out in man-to-man.
Big time shot. If there's any coach in this room, they definitely put a star next to Jerice's name.
Yeah, William Jarris. That was a great shot for the big fella. Nice touch as he tickled the twine there.
Very soft, very soft.
So we have a little up and down action. The ball's turned over, goes back to West Allegheny. Shot up again, off the glass. Looks like we have a foul going the other way. Ball will go back to the Trojans. So once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here at Woodland Hills High School. 2020 MLK Stand Against Violence basketball tournament organized by Ron Corsi. He's in his second year, his tenure here as athletic director. Ron comes in replacing the legendary George Novak, who spent over 30 years here building a program. George was mostly known for the football program, but Ron has definitely come in and put some energy towards bringing this basketball program up to snuff as well.
Yeah, and especially for the cause about the whole violence idea, but also for the education. We know that education takes place outside of the classroom, and these guys here this whole weekend, they've been getting life lessons on the basketball court.
Yes, they have. So we like to thank Ron Corsi and the school district, and also all the superintendents and all the employees of the school district for their hard work in putting on this, as it's been a total team effort from top to bottom. And it looks like it's been going across seamlessly. We haven't had many problems, not many scuffles or scrums. Most of the teams and all of the kids have been well behaved, not a whole lot of injuries. So great opportunity for these young men to come together and play basketball.
Yeah, I think that's a true example of everybody understanding their role, everybody on the same page, and then everything coming together.
So as West Allegheny falls behind by 15 points, Coach takes the timeout here to talk about his game plan and his strategy. Dr. K, can you talk to me about what you think West Allegheny can do to get back into this game?
Yeah, right now they're a one-man show with Falk, who's wearing number 20 for the Indians, and his teammates are standing around. And again, they've shown they have offensive sets, but their sets are all geared toward the perimeter. Take the ball in, draw some fouls. They haven't got to the foul line the first half or either the second half. You need to draw fouls. You got to become more aggressive in their play. Right now with the three, they are settling. Push the ball, maybe press a little bit, a couple possessions. You have to force tempo. You have Jarris, who is dominating really on both ends of the floor. He's clearing the glass. He's a glass cleaner on both ends, and he's a scoring machine on their offensive end for McDowell. You got to force more tempo.
Yeah, I also think Dr. K, they may want to pack it in. They might want to pack it in on defense as well. We'd like to thank you for joining us on Roxamore Sports Network. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, download our app, or visit us at www.roxamoresports.com. Back to the live action. Craig Thomas here with Dr. K, UNLV, Running Rebels. You know, I used to love that team. I always wanted to be a running rebel.
Well, you're next to a running rebel, and you know the Indians didn't quite look like those running rebels, but they cleared the lane and they got a nice open shot by Rauch.
Yeah, so it looks like the Indians listened to what you said, got inside and got to the hoop, scored a basket. Oh, looks like
and
a
they
charge.
just caused a defensive charge, which was great pressure. They got to force tempo, and you can't live on the outside. You got to go and draw some fouls inside.
Yeah.
Great stop.
So with the Trojans set on mostly inside shots, seemed like the Indians would pack it in a little bit. They would pack it in a little bit and try to prevent them from getting inside and getting the easy shots.
Well, what will also help is if they're denying the passing lanes. Not that they don't have their hands out, but they're not denying the ball. And if you're watching McDowell, they're getting some easy entry passes into Jarris and second shots. You got to get on the boards. Put some people down. It's a physical game.
So the Trojan coach is imploring his guys to watch for the screens and let, you know, as a screen is approaching, talk to your teammate and let them know that there's a back screen coming.
Good, that's great. You know what, that's a great shot off of a screen. You know, when you use a screen for the young players, you don't want to come wide, come off the shoulder, like in football.
Yes, absolutely. I used to cut off a lot of screens by offensive linemen, and some of the fullbacks just try to cut off of them and create some opening and take it to Pater.
Absolutely. Nice defense, great defense. It was a foul, but like the collapsing, Craig. The defense collapsed. He didn't get it. Jarris didn't get an open shot.
Right. It looks like they're trying to make a run here. They're cutting into this, which was a 15-point lead. Now have it down to 11. So with a couple more stops, right on cue. Up and in on a fast break. The initial shot was missed, but
that was a good follow-up by Postover. Very good follow-up. And Craig, you had asked me, you know, what do we think the Indians needed to do? Well, they came out and did exactly what we talked about, so it must have been said in the timeout.
Yeah, so it looks like we have a stop and play here as the coach for the Trojans have called a timeout as he's a little bit upset with his team as they've given up 6 points, basically 5 points off of that lead or so as the Indians have cut into that lead. So we would like to take one moment.
Do you need a law firm in Pittsburgh? Have you or a member of your family suffered a serious injury? Did an injury company refuse your claim? Well, contact Barron and Ernsberger, 412-395-2515.
Maggie Jason's listing. Looking for a realtor to work hard for you? You found her. Maggie Jason's listing encompass stagings, professional photography, information boxes with top-grade promo cards, open houses, and target marketing. To learn more about her featured listings, call 412-999-9528.
We know that insurance comes with a lot of questions, so check out Assure America. They have the answers. They can protect your property, business, vehicles, and home. Be sure to contact Assure America. Go to AssureAmerica.com or call 412-489-5838.
And last but not least, the Hill District Federal Credit Union. The Hill District Federal Credit Union has served the community for almost 50 years. Their purpose is to improve the financial health of its members so that they are not just surviving but thriving. For more information on how to become a member, please stop in at 2021 Center Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, or give them a call at 412-281-0822. Back to the live action here. Right now, they are down by 9 points here. We once a 15-point lead. The Indians have backed it in a little bit, going into a zone here.
One of their best players or teammates, Scott Blivius, was just picked up his fourth foul, so he had to go to the bench.
So here late in the third quarter, the McDowell Trojans have a 9-point lead. Driving to the hoop, fighting his way in with the shot up and off the mark, but going to the free throw line is number 23, William Jerice. So Mr. Jerice has been very strong with going to the hoop throughout the game. William Jerice, he's going to the hoop, getting the opportunities to score, as he has 18 points and he leads his Trojan team here in scoring. What have you seen from this young man so far?
He has a soft touch. He's very active around the basketball hoop. And defensively, he's moves his feet and works to be involved in every play.
So it looks like the Indians, number 2, drives to the hoop.
Yeah.
But they call it on the foul on the ground, so he won't be shooting.
You know, back to Jerice, he's a senior, so I'm sure he's probably being recruited at some level. And I always tell players, and I'm sure coaches do too, when you're a next level player and in high school, you don't want to play as a high school player. That means mentally you need to move yourself to a higher level and stand out as a dominating player on the court, as he is doing, as Jerice is doing.
So I'm not sure. Referee calls a jump ball, as you had the Indian players calling for timeout. I'm not sure how he was calling for timeout without the basketball.
Right. That's why he didn't get it. Good thought, but not working this play.
So down by 10 here, the Indians find themselves in a hole late in the third quarter to the McDowell Trojans, who have really imposed their will on the inside for the most part of this game.
You got to grab that rebound. You know, McDowell's very active around the basket. And I can see it, you can see it, but as McDowell is a good team, they have 2 players of impact. And right now, the Indians have not secured defensively to shut either one of them down.
Yeah, William Jerice just pulled up for a 3-pointer, showed a nice soft touch on the outside, but as long as I would have him shooting outside, I'd be content with that. I wouldn't let the young man get in the paint and drive to the hoop. I'd pack it in either close, tight 2-1-2 zone or maybe play a 2-3 zone.
Totally agree with you. You have to take players of impact out. He likes to do everything. So, you know, I'm always one who likes to face guard you. I want to look you eye in eye. I want to take you out of the game. If the team's going to lose, make someone else beat you.
Absolutely. As we've seen, there's only been really 2 guys for the Trojans that have really contributed in a great way. So I'm not sure what the Indians' strategy is here going forward.
Well, so that has been their strategy. And really, it's been a one and done because they're not making many. Their percentage, although we don't have it in front of us, based on results, it's been low. And McDowell's been able to open up a lead again.
Even that last shot by the Indians, number 2, he jacked it up off balance. Wasn't a good shot.
Not at all. Yeah, so again, he goes to the Tracy, that's number 2. He goes to the basket out of control and really not even looking at the basket.
Here we are under 2 minutes here at the 2020 MLK Stand Against Violence basketball tournament at Woodland Hills High School, and we have the West Allegheny Indians versus the Trojans of McDowell.
So it's unfortunate because this Indian team, they're a hard-working team, but they are truly just one tray and with no results. Well, and that's why they're able to open up a lead for McDowell.
Once again, you have Craig Thomas along with my co-host, Dr. K, Dr. Karen McDowell. Great Karen Hall, excuse me. Got Dr. Karen Hall. Dr. K will be easier because I definitely can remember that. But Dr. K, glad to have you with me. First time working with you. Look forward to spending time working with you and learning from you. You've been doing this for a little while now, huh?
I've had the opportunity, you know, athletics exposes us to many things, as I've mentioned, and I've been able to have the fortunate opportunity to work for another professional broadcast company on a national level. So, if I'm not coaching, this is great because you know what? I don't lose any more games. I don't take players' brains home with me and what are they thinking. But you still got to do the homework. You still got to understand your players.
So, Dr. K, you coach girls basketball teams?
I coach women's college basketball, mainly at the NCAA 1 level. And I've also was an assistant NCAA Division III coach.
So we have a stop and play right now with a break here in action. I want to bring up, I don't know, Dr. K, if you know anything about the Woodland Hills girls here. They are ranked 5th in the state here, undefeated in conference play. Coach right now has them playing very well. They look forward to you being able to spend some time pouring into those young ladies as well, as Coach Vaughn Pitts have them playing, and they're clicking on all cylinders. But I'd like to see you get in there and spread some of your knowledge. The doctor, Dr. K, giving them knowledge.
Well, I had an opportunity to see those Woodland Hills ladies play yesterday, and I was very impressed. They play hard, and they play smart. And you know what I really like? They play together. TEAM, team.
Yeah. One of the things that we know from playing high-level sports that when people play together, the success rate is much better. When they play together, they usually win together.
Absolutely.
They have one common goal, and they're all rowing in the same direction.
Right. And no one looks at scoreboard. That was a great layup by by Oblivious, who took that in.
So the Indians have cut the lead down to 8 once again. Let's see if they can get a stop on the defensive end. Last second shot was no good by the Trojans. The end of 3 quarters of play, the McDowell Trojans 52 and the West Allegheny Indians 40. My name is Craig Thomas, live here with Dr. K. We're going to take a short break here on the Roxamore Network. 2020 MLK Stand Against Violence. We'll be right back. Welcome back on Roxamore Sports Network. Craig Thomas along with Dr. K. We want to just tell you that thank you for that Cager's custom artwork that you just saw in the last commercial. For all your artwork needs, contact Cager's Custom Artwork, 412-915-6873. Back to the live action. Craig Thomas along with Dr. K, the running rebel.
Indeed, indeed.
I'm not sure if she's still a rebel, but or running. I'm not sure about that. But
I will run it when I need to, but as you mentioned, I like to impose some wisdom on our student athletes today.
Definitely a doctor. So that's what we need. A lot of kids these days, these kids need wisdom, need to be imparted that wisdom so they can make positive decisions here. And that's one of the things about this weekend, bringing them together so they can have options opposed to just pulling out guns and shooting each other. You know, unfortunately, back in the day when we were growing up, we did have scrums and fights and things like that, but nobody wasn't killing each other.
No.
And it didn't end in resulting in,
Right.
killing and use of gun violence. But nowadays, I guess kids feel somewhat hopeless and they resort to, doing things that they can't take back.
Yeah, I think you just pointed out a great word, and it's hopelessness. And that's what's happening, unfortunately, to our community today, around the country.
Was that what type of, Dr. K, what kind of step was that?
That wasn't even a good Euro step. That was a creative step by Guilfoyle.
I don't know. Looked like the do-si-do to me, Dr. K. I don't know what that was.
I don't know. That's the new version of that do-si-do, too.
But the referee didn't call a travel, so.
They didn't know what it was either. It didn't look right. That's all everybody in the gym knew.
So the Trojans have pushed their lead back up to 12 here in the fourth quarter at the 2020 MLK Stand Against Violence Tournament at Woodland Hills High School here in Churchill, PA. My name is Craig Thomas, alongside of my co-host, Dr. K. Dr. K has been with us your second day so far.
Yes.
We are so appreciative to have you a part of our team to help us improve and become better. What have you seen so far here out of the Trojans?
There's a lot of talent on the floor right now, and particularly two individuals, Jerison, number 1 at 6'6", and then Jerice, number 23 at 6'7". Great size, and they're maximizing their size. One thing with the Indians being down, it's the fourth quarter. There's no pressure. There's no full court pressure. There's no sense of urgency to get back in the game. They're settling just to play half-court defense. So one would wonder the game plan.
Yeah, I like to see the Indians get a little motion around and get some back cuts, hit some people, go a little inside out, and at least make the Trojans think they're going to try to go to the hoop.
Right.
And then that would open them up. What do you think?
No, I totally agree. I mean, that's the level of aggressiveness. Pick up your intensity. I mean, you're down by, 12? It's 14, you're down.
Yeah, now
And you got a one-man show. You got people waiting to be called fouls, and it's not happening.
So that young man there for the Indians, he looks like he had a pretty good game, but he hasn't had many touches so far this afternoon.
Yeah, Justin Sheets, he's 6'7", great size, and only a junior. But this is a good game for him to really work because he has an opponent in Jerice at 6'7" to really work on and see what he has in his repertoire.
Yeah, he's a little wiry guy. He looks like we may have to get in the weight room and try to, bulk up just a little bit to be able to take some of these, take on some of these opponents he'll be facing here with similar size as him.
Well, you understand how important the weight room is for student athletes. Whether you're basketball or football, you need strength because physical strength, we know, breeds what? Mental strength.
Yes. Let's say every time you get physically tired, you get mentally tired.
Yes. And if Falk would stop overplaying and putting his team under pressure defensively, perhaps they can get a hold or a rebound.
Tie up down low, and that ball goes back to McDowell. So one of the things we like to see here going forward in the future here at Woodland Hills High School and in our community as well, we just like to see these kids all be prepared for college. Whether they go to college or not, just have the opportunity. And we have an and one there for McDowell as this game becomes a rout there. That's number 1,
Jerison.
Yeah, Jaden Jerison. So we, as I was stating, we like to see these kids be prepared for college. Even if they don't go to college, to prepare for college, take the PSAT, take the college preparatory classes, and then also take the SAT as juniors. That way they'll already have, and number 1, Jerison showing his defense on the other side, wiping the glass.
He climbed that glass, didn't he, Craig?
Yeah. But what we were saying was important for these kids to be prepared to go to college or to secondary education, trade school, or something. When kids, most of the time, when they don't foresee themselves being successful in life, they turn to other things and really get into mischief and havoc and find themselves having problems. So if we can guide these young men towards the right things, young men and women, all these young people, towards the right things, they can have an opportunity to be successful. And we won't talk so much about some of the issues that we've had in our communities.
Yeah, perseverance is a great word in athletics because you're always going to have setbacks. And setbacks is on the court, on the field, but mainly in life. Like every one of these young student athletes in the tournament this weekend, they've had setbacks. I mean, from the small setback of maybe forgetting your shoes to practice, to losing the championship game, those are setbacks. But it's not how hard you get knocked down, it's how fast you're able to get back up.
Yes, sir. Well spoken from the doctor, Dr. K. Back to live coverage here late in the fourth quarter as McDowell Trojans lead the West Allegheny Indians with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to go. Here in the fourth period, Craig Thomas along with Dr. K.
Yeah, still no urgency out of the West Allegheny Indians. Perhaps they may be using this to move when they go back into the WPIL here in western Pennsylvania and just practice what they do.
So along with watching some good basketball, we're getting some good insight and some good knowledge from Dr. K here, giving us some insight, not just on basketball, but on life as well, as these young people need to hear that, not just from their parents, but from people around them in the community. Once heard quite a bit that it takes a village to raise a child. So we are all part of that village.
Yes, we are. And you know why we are? Because there was a village that did that for us.
Absolutely.
We're doing for them what they did for us.
So one of the things that I've seen that, you know, growing up in this area that we just have to get back to is everyone has to take part in being a positive effect in their community.
Yes.
You know, not just looking at it as a, you know, community of separation.
No.
We are all responsible and helpful to each other and for each other. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
So
yes,
we definitely have
are.
to get back to that. And one of the things that I tell people, you being a coach as well, you understand that some of the most influential people in the youth, in the lives of the youth, besides their families, are what? Coaches.
You know, coaches spend more time with the student athletes at all amateur levels than some of the parents. The coaches, whether the coaches like it or not, they become the father figure, the mother figure, the teacher, the sister, the brother, which means the coaches have influence. The kid's going to listen, the student athlete's going to listen to what the coaches, you know, those eyes that look like sponges.
Absolutely.
That's what coaches have. That's what they earn from these young players.
Yeah, these kids are a blank canvas for those coaches. As I reflect back on my time here with Coach Novak was here, he used to come pick me up down on Braddock Avenue, make sure I got to practice, stayed out of trouble. As I went on to college and played for Coach George Perlis, who just passed away. Once again, I wanted to send condolences out to his family. And Coach Perlis really instilled some good values in us as players. Some of the things that I didn't like was wearing a tie to the games and from the games, but what it taught us was the business acumen. He always told us, dress like you're dressed for business. Understanding that Coach Perlis always talked to us about being early for meetings. If you're on time for a meeting, you're late. All right, and so those things that I didn't like growing up, I can appreciate as an adult now. And I'd like to say thank you, Coach Perlis. I appreciate you. God bless you, and may you rest in peace going forward.
Well, you truly play for a legend.
But back to the game here with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Big lead here for the Trojans. Trojans have a 63-46 lead. Pretty much playing out according to the script. Haven't seen much play from West Allegheny as they continue to, once they get inside right now for a shot. How do you think, Karen?
Well, this is what they needed more of. You know, they have a 2-2-1 press that they put on. I mean, never too late, but I would imagine it would have helped them earlier in this fourth quarter to apply more pressure than what they were. You know, they settled on just allowing Jarris to get the ball, and he's had his way all afternoon with the West Allegheny Indians.
Shot up, long again. Once again, the West Allegheny settle in for the long shot. Really one and done. Little behind the back pass, dime down low.
If you're going to shoot the three, get back, right? You shoot the three, you stand. Well, that's selfish, and that's one of those values in basketball and athletics that we all want to get better at.
So here with 1 minute and 42 seconds left to go here at the 2020 MLK Stand Against Violence Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament, Woodland Hills High School. Craig Thomas along with my co-host, Dr. K.
So, you know, Indians have a host. Actually, they cleared all 5. So a host of subs coming off the bench, pretty much conceding to the loss this afternoon. Not a bad play game, but perhaps the execution could have been more decisive and, given more pressure to Jerison and to Jerice on the defensive end.
Dr. K, did you see that the Indians came out with some pressure in the half, full court press setup?
I did. With that 2 minutes to go, 2-2-1, it's never late. But as I said earlier, at the beginning of this fourth quarter, midway through, they should have extended that pressure to force tempo and maybe create some turnovers, which they didn't do.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they waited so late to employ that press and try to create turnovers. But nonetheless, maybe they listened to the doctor.
We kept standing over here hoping someone that was listening to us would get a note down to the coaches. But not a bad play game. It was just more. They settled for the perimeter offense today, which put them in a huge deficit for the afternoon.
So leading by 15 here, the Trojans, McDowell Trojans leading the West Allegheny Indians. Indians at the line for 2 shots. The free throw, first one is up and good.
But neither team quit. See, that's what you have to love. You're talking about what athletics teaches you. Well, it teaches you how to finish to the end, no matter what side of the scoreboard you're on. And for that, these young student athletes will take that into their level of high school and on to college.
Yeah, it does definitely teach you, you have the ability to compete.
Right.
One of the things that I like to do, and I've done my entire life, is like to have people on my team that are competitors.
Right. And, McDowell, they're still being competitive. The great inside shot by a rookie coming off the bench.
Yeah, so you want to have people that are going to – because even when you have to go to work and work a job, there's going to be maybe not direct competition, but competition to be able to be successful.
Yes,
learn how to teach these people, young people, how to compete and try to be successful.
Right, and Tracy, he just caused an offensive charge, so now he has to come back from that setback to help his team.
Yeah, under 30 seconds here. The Indians come out with more pressure. I'm not sure why they came out with pressure here, but nonetheless they do. No shot clock here in Pennsylvania as they hold the ball under 10 seconds. Drive to the hoop, up, and it's a foul with 4.2 seconds left on the clock.
But what you do like, you hear the McDowell players encouraging their teammates who, work hard in practice, who come to games every day, so now they get on-court experience, and, that does something to a team's morale when you see all the starters clapping and excited for you to score.
Yeah, that's Lucas Wolf at the foul line. He got in one of the reserves, getting some playing time, and he goes to the foul line, and he makes the first free throw.
Yeah, they look pretty good, too. And you got to finish it to the horn sounds. You never know. And, might as well shoot the half-court shot. That was in line with the afternoon.
So here, the end of this game here versus McDowell Trojans, 71, the West Allegheny Indians, 54. My name is Craig Thomas, along with Dr. K here on Roxamore Sports, and we'll be right back.
Here we go. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow mine. Roxamore and hit hard, put them both together. What you got? Call it gold. Big money. Go hard every day. This game.
Us go over the whole spiel with the kids, and lot of talent here. So.
Okay, Stand Against Violence with two-star players, Jarris and Jefferson here for the McDowell Trojans as they spelled their name, both of these guys' names wrong in the program, but nonetheless, your game was not spelled wrong. Those guys, you guys went out and played hard. What was your plan going into the game?
Our plan was to come in, play as hard as we can, and get win 12, bounce back from previous losses, and just stay level-headed and keep our train going.
So you guys were intent in going inside. You weren't really shooting up any outside shots. You got to the basket early and often. Was that part of your plan as well?
Most definitely. Coach preached that he didn't want anyone jacking up threes early and feeding into their game because they like to play fast. He wanted us to play our game and get to the basket and attack.
So where are you guys planning on going to college?
Undecided.
Undecided?
Undecided.
Both of you guys are undecided. So we look forward to seeing you guys here. This is your last game, I believe. You play again. I think this is your last game here for this tournament. So what are you doing in the future? Your plans as far as who you play next and how you guys going to attack the rest of the season?
Taking one game at a time. We had a streak going. We lost it, but we can't let that get to our heads. Can't feed into the hype. Take it one game at a time and get our wins.
All right. Craig Thomas here with a couple of the McDowell Trojan stars come out with a big victory. Live on Roxamore Sports. We'll be right back. All right. Good luck to you.
Coach O'Connor, congratulations on the win tonight. A very impressive win. Talk about the strategy that allowed you to win by such a margin.
Well, first of all, we're excited to be here. It's a great event. We wanted to get up and down the floor transition-wise. We thought our athleticism could bother them a little bit, and it did. Well-coached team at West A, but certainly we knew we were going to come in and we were going to throw punches tonight.
So is that the style that you play throughout your season?
Yeah, we like to get up and go. Teams have to go to zone to kind of slow us down a little bit, and we made shots today, so I think that helped us a lot.
So we were talking prior to this interview, and you talked about this was your first year at the Martin Luther King Tournament, and you only played one game. Can you talk about your experience here?
Sure, very impressive here. Ron Corsi, good communicator. He met us here. Top-notch talent here. We're going to get food after. It's just a nice basketball event. Talent is ridiculous, to be honest. So we're excited. Maybe next year we'll get 2 games down here.
So thinking about as you go back home, get back into season play, talk about maybe one goal you have for your team coming from this tournament.
Well, we wanted to get tougher. We did that. We had a couple bad games last week. We're getting right into the heart of our schedule, section play. So we're looking to get tougher out of it, and I think we did.
Coach O'Connor, congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.